Welcome to episode 10 of the Pigskin Junkies. I'm your boy Roy. That's my co-host Arlo. Episode 10, we are breaking down NFC division.
NFC
and
East.
Today we are doing NFC East.
Yes, sir. So this is the division that I've waited to cover for a while. We haven't been uploading. We've been busy. We got work. But this is the division that I've wanted to cover for a while. More than NFC West, and that's my division. Some people say I'm crazy. Some people say I'm foolish. Some people just don't know what to say when I say this. But I have the Philadelphia Eagles winning the division. And as of right now, to back me up even more, the Eagles went and traded for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, helping me get to where I want the Eagles to be. Boom.
Disclaimer, this list was made before that trade happened.
This list was made post-draft by about a few days.
So whatever both our records indicate for this prediction does not even include that trade happening.
So I'm pumped for this episode. I want to kick it off with the worst team in the division.
Really? You don't want to start with the Eagles?
I want to work up to it.
All right, let's go with the worst team in the East.
I don't want to end on the worst team. I have the worst team being the Giants.
Same here.
Okay. Now, if you watch the last few videos, if it's a team that has less than like 5 wins, we don't really touch on it because there's just a lot of L's being said. So what we're gonna do is
just give you the record.
I'm gonna give you the record of what I have. He'll give you his record. We'll tell you the games that we think they won that you could watch out for, which isn't much. I only have 3 wins. So I have them going 3-14. I have them beating the Bears, the Jags, and Texans. What you got?
I got them for the NFL 2023 first round pick, New York Giants.
No.
I got them going 1-16, and their only win is against Texans? The Commanders.
Whoa! Why the Commanders?
Probably because it's a home game and it's an NFC matchup, so they're gonna probably split one game.
Damn, you got them going for the number 1 overall draft pick?
I have them going number 1, and if CJ Stroud from Ohio State tears it up next year in college, he might be the first pick for the Giants at quarterback because Daniel Jones ain't it. Like, don't get me wrong. They built Brian Dabble last year, offensive coordinator for the Bills. Good play caller. Pretty much was part of the reason why Josh Allen transcended to become the player that he is.
That's true.
But I don't think he could do it with Daniel Jones.
Well, the thing is, I can't just blame Daniel Jones as much as like a whole because really the whole team kind of sucks. And the coaching staff really hasn't been that good with what's his name? What was his name? The douchebag. Not Joe Judge.
Ben McAdoo.
Ben McAdoosh. He sucked.
So they haven't had a winning record since Odell took that fucking yacht photo.
My God, that yacht photo ruined
that cursed their fucking team.
It did. I mean, Sterling Shepard was there. They couldn't catch one pass after it, and they were beating the Packers in the playoffs. And then just started dropping everything. They couldn't come back. But as a whole, I can't really blame Daniel Jones. He doesn't really help, but he doesn't really I don't know. I can't blame him completely, but Saquon, I think this is his last year as a Giant, 100%.
Because I don't think they optioned his 5th year, right? So, and he's trying to like ball out in a contract year to like,
Yeah.
but he just gotta stay healthy, man.
Their O line isn't good either. So I
Yeah,
mean, even if he
exactly.
does
So
stay healthy, I don't expect him to put up massive numbers. That's the Giants. They're in for a few years of pretty shitty teams. Let's go with the Washington Commanders.
my record for this team might shock you a little bit.
Let's go through the teams and let's find out, and then we'll see the things at the end.
All
So
right,
I have them starting off week 1 strong, W against the Jags.
W against Jags.
I do have them losing to the Lions.
I got them beating the Lions.
I have them losing to the Eagles.
I got them losing the Eagles.
I have them losing to the Cowboys.
Got them losing the Boys.
I have them beating the Titans.
I got them losing to Titans.
Ooh, we're opposite on this one. I have them beating the Bears.
Win against Bears.
Lose against Packers.
Lose to Packers.
Lose to Colts.
Lose to Colts.
Lose to Vikings.
Lose to Vikings.
Lose to Eagles.
Lose to Eagles.
Now this is where they get a little happy. I have them beating the Texans.
Got win against Texans.
Beat the Falcons.
Beat the Falcons.
Beat the Giants.
Lose to Giants.
Beat the Giants.
Beat the Giants.
And before you guys think that I'm just like telling him, like correcting him, no, they literally play the Giants back to back.
Two back to back. It's
I think it's
one
a
game
Giants
bye
by
and then
Giants,
another
yeah.
game after.
Losing to the 49ers.
Lose to Niners.
Lose to Browns.
Beat the Browns.
Lose to Cowboys.
Lose to Cowboys.
So I have them at 7-10.
I got them 7-10 too.
Oh yes, you don't shock me. Cowboys. Zeke Elliott looks a little overweight.
Well, I mean, we know the deal with this. Mike McCarthy, for some reason, when he has a running back, they either turn overweight or they become mediocre.
And he's looking at kind of both right now.
Exactly. And the thing is, like, he had Aaron Jones, like, I think his last year as a head coach for the Packers, and he didn't even use him. And this was, like, after Aaron Jones, like, broke out. Like rushed for, like, 100 something.
Mike McCarthy should be blackballed from the NFL, in my opinion.
4 fucking verticals himself.
Uh,
That's my favorite play. All right. But with the boys.
Losing to the Bucks week 1.
Losing to the Bucks week 1.
Losing to the Bengals week 2.
Losing to the Bengals.
I have them beating the Giants.
Beating Giants.
Beating the Redskins.
Commanders. Win.
Right. Commanders. So right now they're 2-2.
Yep.
I have them losing to the Rams.
Same. Losing to Rams.
Losing to the Eagles.
Losing to Eagles.
Beating the Lions.
Beating Lions.
Beating the Bears.
Bears. Beating Bears.
Beating the Packers.
Losing the Packers.
Okay. I have them losing to the Vikings.
Beating Vikings.
Oh, okay. I have them beating the Giants.
Beating Giants.
Beating the Colts.
Losing to Colts.
Beating the Texans.
Beating Texans.
Beating Jags.
Beating Jags.
Losing to the Eagles again.
Beating Eagles. Record.
Yeah, but against the Eagles, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I got them beating the Eagles for the last game.
I have them losing to the Eagles. I have them finishing off the season with 2 wins to the Titans and the Commanders.
Losing the Titans, being the Commanders.
Okay. So I have them at a total of 11-6.
10-7.
Okay, so pretty similar. Now,
Arlo's NFC sleeper of the NFC sleeper.
what I've been waiting for this entire time is Michael Lee.
I think we might have. I think either we have similar record, or you might be a little bit better by like 1 win or 2 wins.
So I don't have them winning the division by much, but I do have them winning it nonetheless.
All right, let's get into it.
I have them week 1 beating the Lions.
Same.
Week 2 losing to the Vikings.
I have them beating the Vikings.
Ooh. I have them beating the Commanders in week 3.
Beating Commanders.
beating the Jags week 4,
Jags
losing to the Cards.
beating Cards.
You might like them more than I do. Beating the Cowboys,
Yep. I got
beating
them
the
starting 6-0 right now.
okay, beating the Steelers,
I have them losing to Steelers.
okay, beating the Texans,
Beating Texans.
beating the Commanders again.
Beating Commanders.
So clean sweep in that division. Losing to the Colts,
Losing Colts.
losing to the Packers.
Losing the Packers.
This is where we rally. Beating the Titans,
Dub against Titans.
demolishing the Giants,
Beat the Giants.
beating the Bears.
Beating the Bears. Sorry, Justin Fields.
It is what it is. Losing to the Cowboys,
Losing to the Cowboys.
and then finishing the season off 2-0, Saints and
Saints
Giants.
and Giants.
12-5.
13-4.
Okay, so you actually like Philly more than I do, and I'm huge on Philly right now.
Philly's not even my sleeper, too. That's the thing. But I got them winning the division, and like if you look at the games besides the division, like it's some easy games.
It's easy games, and I really like the talent on their team now. Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Dallas Goedert, Quez Watkins, Devontae Smith. They still have Miles Sanders, but
You don't like Miles Sanders.
I mean, it's not that I dislike him.
I don't hate him as a person, but if you take him for fantasy, you're a freaking moron. Something about Penn State running backs for some reason.
It's not even that. If you remember last year, Sirianni, he barely even ran the ball to the point where the fans were yelling, "Run the ball, run the
It's funny because
ball."
Jalen Hurts ran the ball more than Miles Sanders.
Exactly. So I don't know, dude, but something about this Philly team, I have them winning this division. I have them probably going to the divisional in the playoffs. I think we actually match up with them in the playoffs if we make it.
Here's my thing. On paper, loaded. One
Absolutely.
thing is the same thing with my Colts AFC sleeper to pick. The only thing that's stopping them is coaching.
Yeah.
And health.
Dude, I don't know.
Because Sirianni's play calling in that wild card game against the Bucks pissed me off.
But I mean, at the same time, it's like, what could you really do against the Bucks if you can't run the fucking ball?
How you gonna run the ball when freaking Vita Vea, like, and as good a center as Kelsey is, that's like 290, 300 to a 350-pound man.
It's ridiculous, but I don't know, man. But these Eagles, it's a new season. They have a new weapon with AJ Brown. They have a new cornerback with, what is it, Gardner or Chauncey Gardner Johnson.
Slot safety.
So I like
Darius Slay.
Yep, Darius Slay looked.
Oh, we're forgetting about James Bradbury. That's their other corner.
So I like Philly right now, bro. Darius Slay, Gardner Johnson, James Bradbury. That's a nice trio, bro. And especially last year with Darius Slay looking like he was a rookie again.
Hey, you also forgetting who they picked up though in the draft?
Who they picked
Jordan
up?
Davis, that big ass dude from Georgia.
So, and they still got Fletcher Cox. Yeah, he's a little old. Cox. Does they still have Derek Barnett?
I think Derek Barnett's still there.
So, I like Philly. I like their schedule. I like them winning the division. I like them. And not to like, I hate player injuries, but especially with Tyron Smith now, going to miss a while for his hamstring falling off his bones. That's huge. That's huge.
And then they also lost Lyle Collins.
And they lost Amari Cooper. So
I don't think Cooper's gonna be that big of a loss for them though.
You think Gallup
If
We'll
Gallup
just,
stays healthy, you replace that production with
uh,
especially with how much Mike McCarthy wants to throw the ball.
well, the thing is, you got to understand with Amari, with CD, Gallup plays against number three corners, right? So now he's going to play against a second, which he has while Amari's been injured. But the real thing that I think for Dallas will be the X factor is Cedric Wilson.
Agreed.
So we'll see. But Philly, you see the do you see the bottom?
I saw the banner. I saw the ticker.
Arlo has the Eagles winning the division, and I'm Arlo. So we'll see. But I'm pumped. That was
Episode
episode
10.
10. Episodes are flying by, baby. Episode 10, NFC East. That's the division. I can't wait. I hope Philly plays to the expectations that we have for them. They absolutely deserve it. So did the fans. One last
Actually, not
playoff
really,
run.
but
I mean, oh, the fans or Philly?
I say the fans. But I respect them loving your team, but it's not as crazy as Boston. But
I, I still gotta give it to Philly because they're still that dedicated and not winning like Boston has. Boston was spoiled. So I think the
to be
fans
fair, no
deserve it.
one's shitting on Jalen Hurts yet. So
No, I think Jalen Hurts is he's gonna do good, especially with AJ Brown now. So that was episode 10, fellas. I hope you guys enjoy the content. We enjoy making the content. See you guys in episode 11. Peace.